Oh boy. It's Thursday. This fine Thursday afternoon or evening. As I discover new ways to screw up my audio. But it's me, I'm here. Your disembodied pal, your disembodied friend to the end. And it's Thursday. This is the show powered by the Adventure Game Engine. And you. It always baffles you that I don't long the Silent Undeadly. That's me. That I don't long the what? Thursdage? Yeah, there's always new ways to screw up that. Hey, friends. It's good to see you all hanging out in chat. I know, Stan. That's a groovy beat. I'm glad you like it. That's a weird way for the comments to come up, isn't it? I don't know how to say that. That's not a word. But yes, it's Thursday, and we got a lot to talk about. So it's always great to start off a good live stream with 3 minutes of silence. Thursdays. Yes, that's what it is. This is your weekly program all about the Adventure Game Engine. And this very day, a couple things. One housekeeping thing. So you know that we do office hours after this. Now here, oh no, I got it right. At 4 p.m. Pacific over at atomicthinktank.com, we're going to have Get Tanked with Troy, where we hang out and we talk all kinds of good stuff. We are going to, at this particular Get Tanked with Troy event, we're going to plan our volunteer meeting. So this is for all the mods. I'm thinking we'll probably want to do it on a Thursday, after a Thursday. And we got a lot to talk about, a lot to cover. Of course, we'll be talking about the new edition of Discord, the official Discord, while we put the older Discord, well, to a deep, deep sleep, a forever slumber. And it will go away and never to return. And we'll be hanging out in the grad. Yes, right. I like that, David. That's really smart. That's a good save. We always start the show with a moment of silence for the dice that failed us. Yes. So come hang out with me tonight. We're going to be planning some volunteer gatherings and find a day that works for lots of folks. If you are somebody who thinks you want to be joining that meeting, you're going to want to be joining this one. So get in there and have a say for what day we're going to be doing what. But now I want to talk about, we've got, it's Modern Age May. That means, we are celebrating our 25th anniversary, 25 years of Green Ronin making exceptional games for exceptional people people like you, of course, who are listening now. And so we decided May would be the month that we would just blow the doors off of Modern Age. All kinds of sales going on. I'm clicking through. I'll tell you this. Why don't we start? So we've got bundles. Everyone is very resistant to. I want to call them fundles, but nobody likes that name. Nobody appreciates that, which is it's a real disappointment, I tell you. But what can you do? Let's jump. Here we go. Okay, so first we have the all-in bundle. This bundle is it's $134.99. Of course, I have it down as $135, but that's the Modern Age Basic Rulebook, the Modern Age Mastery Guide, Modern Age Companion, Enemies and Allies, Threefold, and the World of Lazarus. Over 35% off. A heck of a deal, a hunk of a deal, a big hunk of a deal for you. And free U.S. shipping. Sorry, just U.S. shipping, because, if we were shipping it to, I don't know, Canada, it would be 3 times the amount of the actual product that you order. I guess that's politics hard at work for you and me. But yeah, so it's a great deal. That art is stunning, don't you think? Boop. All right, then we've got the Game Master Bundle. The Game Master Bundle has Modern Age Enemies and the Threefold campaign setting hardbacks. Get your hands on a book. And so it was $72.90 to be exact. Now it's $49.99. I say 50, but you know what? That sure is weird. But anyway, so another great deal, a steal, really. And then we've got the player bundle. So you've got the Modern Age Basic Rulebook, the Modern Age Companion, and the Modern Age Mastery Guide. And that is, was $100, 85 pennies. It's now $64.99. Yeah. Oh, yeah, good. You know what, Stan, the way that you want these bundles, you don't want to, you don't wanna miss out on these bundles. Now, what you're talking about, that's a different kind of bundle that, Mage, sure, why not? In the gravy boat, the old Discord will be placed. Yeah, we gotta figure out some kind of, what's the lore? How does the gravy squatch, usher you into the next space? I don't know. We'll have to lorify that. Speaking of lorifying, let me jump to here. Look at this. We've got a blog post from Malcolm talking about Modern Age in Modern Age May. This is kind of exciting. Talks a little bit about sort of the history and stuff, and what you can expect to find in some of those bundles. But then he talks about basically some iterative improvements that we made to the Modern Age core rules. And they were originally published as recommended rules revisions in the Modern Age Mastery Guide. And we pulled them out. And we have at freeronin.com and at DriveThruRPG a link for you. A gentle sploosh in your ear. And that's kind of gross. But we put together a little free PDF for you to download and have the rules revision of your very own for free. Now, of course, you don't have to use this stuff, but it's recommended. Gravy hot tub. Oh, yikes. Yeah, gravy hot tub. That sounds delicious and disgusting all at once, which is really my MO. Slip and slide on a gravy base, I guess. Okay, so you sort of slip and slide on a gravy road to the next life. Yeah, I figured as much. So, and the other thing that we want to do is, we are also broadcasting over at Moonbeam, and many thanks to our friends over there who helped us get our stuff all in a row, our ducks in alignment, and we will be also integrating Moonbeam Chat into what we're doing, thanks to Michael. I believe it was Mike. Let me double check. Indeed, it was, yeah, Michael in chat. And so, yeah, if you head on over there, I'm not sure if I see us. Oh, yep, I see us. We're live. And they just added multi-streaming so we can stream directly to our realm. In addition, we can also stream into the Tabletop Guild channel in Moonbeam. So hello friends, if you're watching us from there, and my apologies that we don't see your chat yet, but I'm keeping one eye over there, one eye on it. So if you've got something to say or you want to say hi, you can do that, and I will likely ignore it on accident because I'm easily confused. So yeah, so we've got that. Now there was something else I wanted to, oh yeah. Uh I did mention last ThursdAGe that we had some secret stuff on its way to being delivered to our VIPs. Oh, good, Strummer. I'm glad you're over the moon. And yeah, so I'll just say I can't say a lot because really it's for the VIPs. And now, if you feel like you should be a VIP, let me say you probably ought to be. And all you got to do is just send me a note. And what I do is I send out, when I can, early looks of special products. I don't always get to it right away on time, just given, circumstances as they unfold behind the scenes. But by and large, I get the manuscripts, if you will, early enough to send it out so that everyone may enjoy. And so I encourage you to reach out. Also, if you are, if there is a place you go for gaming news and you think that you should see more Green Ronin there, drop me a note. Let me know. I'm very curious as to I am not the gravy. I am not the gravy. Yeah, that's the thing, Stan. Stan says, I feel very important. And that's like what, 30% of the battle. If you feel it, someday you shall be it. Stan, you are kind of a big deal, honestly. You are an industry luminary, talent, and a man who knows a lot about sumo. Speaking of which, a little sidebar. Stan and I do a little podcast together on Fridays. When the sumo picks up, Stan and I get together and we talk sumo, and we do it live. And you can join in the fun. All you have to do is go to thesumoshow.com and you will be taken to the place where you will be able to see. And I believe we're on this Friday, 7 p.m. Go see us in the YouTubes when the time comes. But yeah, just go to thesumoshow.com and you will be redirected quickly. Be the gravy, Troy. Be the gravy. I do like how the disembodied mist nature of my persona did kind of did a little gravy crossover, and thus Spravy was born. That's true. These are wise words. Now, friends, if you are watching, yeah, Ian World is great. There are plenty of those old school forums, which I'm about ready to take a foray in. I think that it's time for us to be a little more active over there, and I'll be doing that here shortly, amongst all the other things. Every day it seems like they add a new social media space, and we are tepidly over on. It's some billionaire's new social media. You know what they thought? They thought, hey, you know what we need another social media platform. This one's called Skylight. Is everyone familiar with that? Nate Robbins, you did sumo in Japan while in the Marines? The gravy is magic. Nate, why am I not surprised? So, Skylight Social, you use Blue Sky to log into it. I frankly, again, I don't know why anybody said to themselves, you know what we need is another social media platform. But if you're on Skylight, look for a Green Ronin Hub. Let me find out for sure if that's, yeah. You can, yeah, look for Green Ronin Publishing. We're there. Yeah, it's new to me too. Mark, oh boy, it's the billionaires. There's so many of them. I get them so confused. They all look alike. But the Skylight, if I do recall, he's one of the least problematic. Skylight app funder. Let's see. Mark Cuban. I don't know who Leslie Fenzags. Lindsay Fenzags Graham Walker Venture Fund. Oh, I see. So Mark Cuban's funding it through a venture fund. And the good thing about it is I think it's the wave of the future, and that they're building it in a way that is you just take your stuff and you go to the network, as opposed to leaving your stuff on the network. So, for instance, one of their claims is unbannable, which seems like I don't know, problematic little tagline. Anyway, we're there. I don't know how active we'll be, but if you are so inclined, my recommendation: don't do it. You don't need it. Let's see. I've been here, but I didn't say anything until now. Hi, Tempo. I'm glad you're here. That's okay, Tempo. I'm glad that you're here. It's good to see you. Yeah, it is Mark Cuban. Let's see. Do. Send me that superpowers book. I don't know what you're talking about. Duke, it's an actual. They built it on the Blue Sky. We're talking about Skylight. It's built on the Blue Sky technology, which is the AT Proto, and the whole idea is that you can pick it up and go. They were inspired. Okay, so they were inspired to create it after hearing about the potential TikTok ban, which was yeah. That's the other thing too. We're trying to get streaming on TikTok, but for some reason they do not like restream. I mean, like personally, they do not like them personally, and so we can't multi-stream. And what the heck? I mean, I'm not gonna. Yes, it's what you said, my friend. It's an AT proto node. And I'd like to welcome everybody to social media apps you don't need or want. It's kind of like another Twitter, honestly. Oh, Skylight is like TikTok, but for Blue Sky. Yeah, it's not really. It's having been over there, really what it is just it's sort of a less robust Blue Sky, honestly. It just is, yeah. I think that the selling point, of course, is that it's portable and you can just, move your stuff to another node that likes you. So, you know what? Nate asks, so what new age things we got cooking for Gen Con? And that's a really great question because you can find them out or you can see them. Let me see here. My stomach just growled like a bear. Saw this gravy talk. Heading over to website and where is the events? Where are these events? So we are running all kinds of games. Our buddy Jonesy rustled up a crowd of GMs, some of the best in the biz, and they're going to be running Green Ronin games in a big, big way. And I'm not sure if we can, I don't know if I have the details to share with you, but we will be very close to the show floor. Not, as we won't be out in the oil fields. We will be actually in close. I think we're like across the street or something like that. And we'll be running games. Modern Age, I'm presuming, is on that list. But I do not see the events calendar live unless I'm just on the wrong page. And if anybody's, oh, here we go, view events. And I'll share it here in just 1 second. While I learn how to, yeah, okay. Okay, this is impressive. You head on over to gencon.com and up in the right-hand corner, you'll see view events. It'll look something like this. Now look at all these events. Oop. I mean, Modern Age. Here we've got Who We Were. We've got someone running Lazarus. Mutants Masterminds, Cthulhu Awakens. Creating community content with Green Ronin. Yay. 25 years of Green Ronin, a retrospective. Lots of good stuff there. Because it's our 25 years, and so we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it big. So another Lazarus. Yeah, we've got plenty of stuff going on here for Mutants Masterminds. Look at this. We've got the 5th seasons up here. First edition. Let's see. Cthulhu Awakens. Journey to Latic. Lots of Blue Rose. Love that. Look at this. We got a Valiant Adventures game being run. Let's see here. Yeah, so I'll be running this one, creating community content with Green Ronin, with my dear friend and partner in crime, Nicole Linders. That'll be fun. We just looked at that. I'm looking at our big events here. I like this retrospective. That looks fun. So who all in chat is going to be going to Gen Con? Hey, good to see you. Cloud, I don't usually see you on it. Yes, I'll be on a panel. I will be inhabiting the skin suit. You know what? I'm going to try to. David asks if those are going to be streamed or recorded. We're going to work on it. I'm pretty sure we can swing it. It's just a matter of we'll have to bring our own AV, and that's always fun. Can you show the Blue Rose part? Yeah, 1 sec. The Blue Rose, where did I see that? Modern Age, Eminem, 5th season, Valiant Adventures, Blue Rose. As freshly graduated members of the Sovereign's Finest, you are assigned to travel the small city of Latic, it's probably Latic, not Latique. or Ladike. I'm sure that's it. In search of a rare healing moss that grows in the nearby forest. Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard. We're not going to be able to, and of course, you want to check the prices because there is a cost, and games fill up fast. But if you're there and you're hanging out, we've got a Mutants Masterminds roadmap coming. We've got the age system, simple, versatile, and fun. That's going to be a good time. Let's see if we got another Blue Rose. I thought I saw one up here. There's Fantasy Age. Beware the Devil's Cry. Or not. Good. We got the Expanse. Transport Union Edition, no less. I know, right? Hey, Kate. Look at all you M&M pals coming over to pay the age side of the house a visit. Good to see you. Blue Rose, Bones and Flowers. Which is, weirdly enough, kind of what I got my mom for Mother's Day. I hope all you mothers had a good Mother's Day. For those that participate in the Mother's Day thing, it was pretty nice for me. I did send my mom a bunch of flowers, no bones. Our heroes, as envoys of the Sovereign's finest, have been assigned to investigate the disappearance of some children from a village not far from the border closest to the Kingdom of Kern. Uh-oh. Nice. Jamie Wood and Jonesy. I dig it. Bones and Flowers. Is there another Blue Rose? So there you go. So you got some Blue Rose. You got The Expanse, M&M, Modern Age, Blue Rose, Fantasy Age. You just have everything. The Expanse, Transport Union Edition, Cthulhu Awakens, the 5th season. We've got everything here. Everything that you could possibly want. So if you're going to go, you want to sign up soon if you want to play. And of course, you want to come by the booth and say how to do, because I'll be there. The whole team will be there. It'll be fun. I'm stoked too to see Valiant Adventures in here too. We will be, yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be fun to see. And yeah, there you go. That answers your Gen Con question, Nate. And let's see. Let's see what else we've got. Chomping at the bars of my enclosure for the M&M roadmap. Oh, I bet you are. Yeah. It'll be good stuff. You will be truly roaded, truly mapped. I'm jamming a Valiant Adventure I will have on Friday and Saturday. Where are you, Nate? Are you signed up in it as a GM? Did you submit an event? Or are you just kind of going rogue, renegade off the beaten path? You'll have to tell me. Oh, I know, Duke. We'll have to have you join us at some point in the future when, things are a little better. A little less chaotic. Hey, Master of the Game says, I'm 80% sure I'll be at Gen Con this year. Not sure what I'm planning to get into this year when I go, though. So we want to do some kind of a social thing. I'm not exactly sure where, but on a night that we're at Gen Con, we want to get everyone together, just have some fun and talk. And just hang out with cool folks like you, Master of the Game. Good to see you again. Yes, let's see. I think I got it all good. Let's see. What do I see here? Room 121. Yeah, so yes, exactly. I'm not going to show that particular chat, but if you're watching on demand, you can you can click at your own darn self and check out the riveting conversation in chat, which I always recommend you do because lots of good things happen there. Lots of weird things happen there for sure, but also good things too. So I agree with you, Stormer. I'm very excited about the developments around 5th season and getting all of our ducks in a row there. Really, really great. Super fun. Hey, next week on ThursdAge, we will be hosting we'll have a guest, and that guest will be none other than Ian Lemke. We're gonna be looking at art. We're gonna be checking out art for the Transport Union Edition, stuff that hasn't been seen before, updates on what's going on there, get a little bit of view into what Ian's been up to, and take a look at his work. And of course, talk all about the Expanse. So if you've got burning Expanse questions, Transport Union Edition or otherwise, come on back next Thursday for ThursdAge. Sad that Gen Con is probably not in the cards for me this year, but hoping I can see you. Yeah. I hope PAX Unplugged. I really PAX Unplugged is actually the only PAX that I have. Well, no. It's there are two PAXs I haven't been to. PAX Australia, if that's still a thing, and PAX Unplugged. But I've been to every other one of them multiple times, and some of them don't even exist anymore. I'll tell you, the PAX gauntlet for convention season is brutal, but it's fun. You get to see everybody. I also get like 30, 40,000 different kinds of colds. But let's see if I can make it through Gen Con without getting COVID. That'll be nice. I just finished my punch card on COVID 8 times in total that I've gotten COVID, thanks to primarily the job. Sadly, this seems to be more age and mutants and masterminds. Tempo, what were you looking for, friend? What's because I don't like to hear that you are sad about a thing. So tell me more for age and mutants masterminds. Is there another thing that you were hoping to see? Yeah, PAX South no longer a thing, huh? I'll tell you, the PAX South one actually was my most favorite. I know it is. Yeah, Kate's commenting on the fact that I've had COVID so many times. But what can I do? My thing is when I see people at a convention, I love to give them the open eye. We touch eyeballs. It's just it's a tradition. It's longstanding, and I refuse to break it up because of a simple, you know, virus. I mean, seriously. Swords of the Shadow Planet. Oh, that's a good question. Kane asks what made PAX South my favorite, and what made it my favorite was it was just big enough. It reminded me of PAX Prime, which people now will know as PAX West. They call it PAX West. Whatever, I call it PAX Prime, and people hate me for it. But the back in the day, the conventions were not so crammed that you couldn't move, and the developers were all on kind of smaller tables. Not that I don't love a big booth, and Mercy, I've designed and programmed for big booths, across the globe, really. But there's something really fun about card tables and devs and fans just hanging out and talking, and without such a crush of people that there's a line, for the line to get in the line. It's fun and it's electric, and you get to meet new people, see old friends, especially the bigger ones, great costumes, all kinds of good stuff. But there's just something about that more medium-sized one, and the way that the convention center was set up, it was right, the hotel being adjacent, they had just a huge, huge bar. And that bar was hopping every single night, and it was just a blast. It just was one of those moments where you just go from you couldn't really leave. If you wanted to leave, you'd have to plan like an hour in advance because you're going to see more people, talk to more people. It's just a really fun space. I'm not saying you can't do that at the other PAXs. It's just the size of it. It's just so big that it's maybe it's a little too big for that kind of engagement. So yeah. Yes, well, yeah. It's the touching of eyeballs, hello, and the sloppy wet kiss, goodbye. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I don't really do that. I do imagine what it might look like if in our culture we were to touch eyeballs. That would be distressing just on the face of it, just because, who wants to look at somebody's eyeball that close? And then also, the eyes are the windows to the illnesses, I guess. Um, yeah, it's David Bullock mentions that he was kind of glad that he stopped the con circuit before big media took over. Yeah, and it's just one of those things where you were a little bit more, you were a little closer to the creators, and, it's not that you can't that they're not accessible, and that it's just such a large venue, such a big crush of people that it can be difficult sometimes to get that quality interaction, but there's always the parties afterwards where you always meet some great people, some fun parties, wild, wild parties. It's too fun almost, but it's just a good time. Now, I'm not as much of the party guy as I used to be. The hangovers, wow, I'm still hungover from Mother's Day, and I didn't even drink. But yeah, it's there's I like both of them. There's good opportunities at both, and it's all about meeting people, and it's all about having friends, and what I like about it too is that for PAX especially, love me some enforcers. I still have enforcer pals that are still very good friends, and for those who aren't in the know, the enforcers are the kind of a volunteer crew of PAX super volunteers. PAX super volunteers, and they help if you're an exhibitor, they kind of keep an eye on things and help you find the missing stanchion and help you secure your space at the end and find the person that you're looking for that has the answer to the thing and where the other stuff is and all that good stuff. And yeah, they're just awesome. I do dig them a lot. But yeah, and for me, yeah, it's the parties. The PAX enforcers are, I love it because they are enforcers. It sound like they're just this sort of, paramilitary, rogue paramilitary organization, but they just have all the answers. That's one of the things I love about PAX is that everybody comes there with a mindset. The mindset is have fun, make new friends. They're open, they're having fun, they're ready to be in a space with other people, and it's really PAX has just always been a favorite of mine from way back in the day. Actually, they PAX started here in Washington. It started in a kind of an adjacent to Seattle place called Bellevue, which is bleh. But the event was just so great, and just the interesting people you'd meet. Everybody kind of this was like even pre-streaming way back in the day at the Maidenbauer. It was just, and of course the originators of PAX, the founders, the whole team were always and remain, accessible, supportive, and it's just nice to be in a space where everybody is kind of there for the same reason because they love video games, they love TTRPGs, they love games and playing them with people, and that's always a good time. And yeah, I will miss PAX South. So much fun we had there. But, that's the thing. Green Ronin used to come to Chupa. Now, Chupa, doesn't that mean suck? It was a suck convention? Um, yeah, we really can't put too fine a point on this, which is PAX Enforcer team is so friendly, knowledgeable, helpful, supportive, and fun. Just anything you need. And if you're in need of anything, help, you need to find a nice quiet place to rest, you are lost in the convention, whatever it is, they will join forces and they will solve your problem. They're just wonderful people. I love them. All my tables are set from Thursday to Sunday. So Nate, are you on this list? Are you in here? We're gonna find you. That's why you knew the room number. Nate, are you really signed up on time and everything? Not that I would doubt it. Not that I would think you aren't, capable of that, because certainly you are. So you said, tell me, Nate, again, what you're running. Yeah, Stan, they were kind of weird, the Maiden Vower shows. Yeah, PAX does have a fun Discord community. They do manage to really keep that community vibe alive, as and it permeates the other spaces that PAX occupies. Stop licking eyeballs. Let's see, Nate. I'm looking back in chat to see two hero high and two hero high and two. I'm imagining you mean Valiant Adventures. So you're the Valiant guy. Look at that, Nathaniel Robbins. Look at that, buddy. So good to see you there. That's awesome. Trouble in Rook. Criminals have seized control of the Rook Center for Innovation in the downtown core of the most advanced city in the nation. Welcome to Valiant Adventures, the exciting world of superpower role-playing in the Valiant universe using the Mutants and Masterminds game system, powered by our most favorite mutant, Nathaniel. Seeing Nathan Robbins is really wow. I know, right? Put a little officiousness on that. Well, awesome, dude. I'm so glad to see that, friend. I'm really glad to see you there. We're gonna have so much fun. And I think we said in the last office hours, the Get Tanked with Troy last week, was it? That it takes a village to raise a Nate. Thursday at 1 p.m. Yes, Esquire. Nathaniel. Nate, what's your middle name? Non sequitur Nathaniel Robbins the Third, Esquire. Manifesting a Don't Kill My Character Superhero Shenanigans live show at a convention someday. Me too. I want to see it. I want that to be a thing. I wonder what we should put our heads together and see, what we can do to make that a deal. I think that'd be so much fun to see, to witness, to behold, and I can't think of a finer crew to have that happen. So we should look at maybe if you are coming to, I don't know if you're coming to, maybe we do something at PAX Unplugged. We'll have to figure that out. That is the one that we played together with Alex and Steve. Okay. You say that as though there was one. There's been many. So many that my head spins at the thought. So I think that's about it. We've covered a lot of good stuff. Remember that if you want to dive into what's next for mods and such at the old Green Ronin Ranch, then join me tonight at 4 p.m. in the think tank for office hours. We're going to plan when the meeting is. I'll share the date, of course. So if you were hearing this and you weren't able to make it, you will get a chance. And I want to thank everybody who emailed me. A lot of folks, there were people that I heard from that I hadn't seen in quite a bit of time. So it was wonderful to see you, and thank you for keeping the lines of communication open. Thank you for listening and hanging out and lurking or watching on demand our Thursdage fun. And yeah, it means a lot. And so there's more than a handful of people that had some were ready to engage, and it's always wonderful to see, and I appreciate it personally a great deal, but more so Green Ronin, we appreciate it just in a big, big way. It means a lot. So an hour and some change from now are office hours, right? Yeah, so office hours 4 p.m. Pacific. Do the math on your time and for your time zone, and join Be there. Someone needs to run Spaceship Zero. I'd like to see that actually. Yeah. Is that 6 o'clock Nate Robbins time? Nathaniel Robbins, Esquire the Third. So listen, friends, again, thank you for hanging out. I really appreciate the support. It is truly appreciated. Make sure that you come back on Monday as well for Mutants and Masterminds Monday. We're gonna have some guests. There's a new podcast in town, and Devious doesn't know this, but we're gonna be hosting them during What's in the Tank and talking to them all about what they've got cooking. They've managed to sneak in something like 30 different episodes of their podcast before we even found them. The algorithm did us dirty, but we'll have more information on them. And that's Monday, 3 p.m. Pacific, here in these very same places. And let's see what else is cooking. We talked about that. We talked about this. We talked about Gen Con. We talked about the deals, the steals that you're going to want to jump into, head first. You're just going to want to dive right in and get into it. We also talked about Malcolm's Ronin Roundtable, which, yeah, Luke will join us. Check out Malcolm's blog post for all the details on what's going on with the sales. Download your PDF of the modern age rules update. And yeah, I think that's it, friends. Unless anybody's got any questions, we might get on out of here. So if you're not a regular, oh no, Silver Wolf. Listen, I'm going to stop the music and I'm going to listen. What's up, my friend? It's only because I glanced away. You do. You know what? Listen, we need some new blood around here because these old folks kind of hang out. Is there any Gen Con events streamed? So I'm going to try to stream them. It's challenging given internet. And basically, if you've been to Gen Con or a convention that size, it just turns the phone system into mush. Like it's very difficult to try and stream, but we will try. So I will try to do that. I will try to stream we've got some really important things cooking, like the Age System Simple Versatile Fun, Mutants Masterminds Roadmap. That's a big one. And creating community content with me, and 25 years of Green Ronin, a retrospective. That'll be fun. Yeah, sorry, my friend. But I do see you. You are seen, Silver Wolf, and we will definitely try. But I promise you this, we'll get a recording of it. Now, the quality, I don't know. The quality, your mileage may vary. But I'm going to try to get good recordings. I'm not, Gen Con notoriously does not support, they support them. They give you space to kind of do your thing, but it's really like no microphone, no AV to speak of. It's just kind of you and people in the room where you kind of scream and hope that people hear you. Any plans to do more techno fantasy content? Great question. So in an upcoming Thursday, I want to say, not this next one, because we're having Ian Lemke join us for The Expanse and some Cthulhu Awakened stock. But after that, we'll be having none other than Malcolm Shepard himself, and we'll be talking about all kinds of stuff, techno fantasy being one of them. And I do hope you've enjoyed what you've seen thus far. As far as now, I'm not going to be the one to spill the beans. So there are things coming, new things, and new things, which I'm sure you've heard our buddy Malcolm kind of hint at, but I don't dare try to elaborate other than to say it's legit. So new stuff's coming. Techno fantasy specifically, I don't know about that. So when Malcolm's here, and please chill and come back and harass us. And I'm going to bring your comment to the team. I'm going to say, hey, we've got some new friends asking about some stuff specific to techno fantasy. What should I be telling them? And then I will come back and give you either some rigmarole or just straight up lie, which is also what I do really well. Kidding, I would never lie to you, Silver Wolf. Hey, friends, again, thank you. So, yes, I don't spill the beans, just the gravy. Now that is Tempo just posted quite the. Is that an emoji? Cat orange whistling face, blue-eyed wide eyes, face orange raised eyebrow, face fuchsia tongue out, face orange biting nails, face red heart shape. That is. I'm exhausted now. Oh, you bet. Yeah, Silver Wolf. I'm really glad that you like it, that you're enjoying it. I too love it, and I don't know what else there may be in the can, but I will be taking this back to the team so that they hear that there are people out here jonesing for more. And so with that, now, unless there's anything else coming from the chat, oops, that's the wrong music. That ain't it. This is it. I didn't know that the YouTube emojis had to come as a sentence. All right, everybody. Have a great rest of your week. If you're so inclined to support, your friendly neighborhood Stan, ! And Disembodied Troy, you want to check over on thesumoshow.com. The little pitch. I don't ever really pitch anything that I'm doing. I'm always pitching everybody else's stuff. So check it out if you are so inclined, but maybe head over to the YouTube channel and give us a follow. We could always use the support in that regard. And see me tonight. Go to atomicthinktank.com if you're not already a member and jump into the chat. We'll be doing a Zoom call and you can hang out with me, and I'll even have my camera on. Maybe. As always, good to hang out with you. A good ThursdAGE onto thee. And we'll see you over at the Think Tank, where you get tanked with me, 4 p.m. Pacific. Don't miss it. Bye.